היי, שלום. אנחנו מדברים במושב משינימה של עולמות וירטואליים, משחקי מחשב וכשהקולנוע נפגשים. אני דוקטור אלחנן גזית, מנכ"ל ג'ילות אינטראקטיב ב-AvatarAcademy, בעצם מנסים לתקף ללמידה באמצעות עולמות וירטואליים ומשחקי מחשב. היום שנושא שמיוחד ופה בעצם מארחים פה שני יוצרים נחשבים הגדולים בעולם בתחום שלהם. כרגע ממתינים לנו בניו יורק פוקי אמסטרדם מפוקי מדיה, מספר אחד בעולם בפיתוח של עולמות וירטואליים לעסקים ויצירת סרטים בתוך עולמות וירטואליים, ודרקסטר ברנארד שהוא בעצם אחד היוצרים הגדולים בעולם בתחום שמשתמש בעולמות וירטואליים לצורך שינוי עמדות וחברתיים ופוליטיקה. אוקיי, בואו ננסה. גם דרקסטור וגם פוקי אונליין.
Hello! Hey! How are you?
Hi! Okay, everybody say hi.
Hi!
Hey, Pokey, can you hear us?
Hi! Yes!
Okay,
Wow.
this is great.
Incredible!
Yes, it's also terrible because we can't, people in Second Life cannot hear us. So, but as we planned before, let's go
Can you
to...
hear now in Second Life?
No, it crashes. So.
Yes! Alright. Wonderful. Thank
So
you.
I guess we keep with the simple thing in 2D dimension, and let's go. And I will show now the first movie that you asked me to show the people, and afterwards we can talk about it. But first of all, it's really an honor for me to present you here. Pooky Amsterdam lives in New York, and she's one of the greatest Machinima makers for businesses and for all the stuff. She has a company called Pooky Media.
Here is Spring Break, and this is the film which is now on the New Lab homepage and was used to show, some of the fabulous things you can do in Second Life, in the eternal sunshine of your avatar soul. Please run the film. Thank you.
Exactly, this is a clip, I will talk in English, this is a clip shot last week to promote some vacation, luxury and fun in Second Life. Stuff to do. Okay, so this was Spring Break. Can you tell us about it a few words?
Thank you. Yes, I could hear that it ended, and that was Spring Break, and of course, Spring Break's eternal here in Second Life, and we have the opportunity to reinvent that spring, or countless seasons actually here. We create moments which are fun, social, rich in texture, color, sound, and of course, other people. The desire to capture those moments on film are similar to the way that we want to capture them in real life.
Okay, so we'll move now to your example. You asked me to show example 2. Lucky enough, we capture everything before. We don't need the internet for that. Okay, just a brief introduction. אני אגיד את זה in Hebrew, okay? אוקיי, אתם צופים פעם ראשונה, זו חשיפה ראשונה כאן בכנס, לא ראו את זה בשום מקום. פוקי אמסטרדם מקדמת כל מיני דברים שקשורים גם בחינוך וגם בפעילות. היא ביקשה לא להקליט את הקטע הזה, רק אולי את ההתחלה, את הפתח וזהו, לא להקליט, הוא כרגע בעבודה. זה נקרא Travelers in Time. So now we'll show Travelers episode 3, scene 1 from Pooky Media. What can you tell us about it? אוקיי, חשוב לי להדגיש שכל מה שאתם רואים פה מבוים. וכל תנועה של אבטר, מישהו יצר ובנה את האנימציה המיוחדת עבורה. כל תנועה, כל לבוש, כל דמות שאתם רואים פה, מישהו יצר אותה בתוך עולם הווירטואלי. זה לא מובן מאליו, כי אבני הבניין הן מאוד פשוטות.
I actually think that we are in a very interesting time, that Machinima is a tremendous recording of what can be. When we're in Second Life, of course, we have moments which are similar to those in real life, maybe not like in the movie you just saw, but certainly the desire to capture what we do and what we are is very human and very 20th century. We have thousands of home movies which attest to this. And I think of Machinima as a medium. I'm thinking of it as both being open to all, as is the ability of flip cam, mobile screen capture, as in fraps which we use. And I also think of it as something more. I think of Ansel Adams and his first camera, or Robert Mapplethorpe. I think of Francois Truffaut, what his first movie was like. And I think that as a craft of cinema, real-time animation is certainly an art form of its own. Real-time animation, which is also known as machinima, is film done on computer or on machine. It's a term coined by Anthony Bailey in an email to Hugh Hancock, who wrote Machinima for Dummies, which combined cinema and machine. It wasn't meant to stick in 1998, but it did. Why did they need a name for it? Well, video games came with ways to capture your cool leveling up, capture or kill. And a group called the Rangers in 1996 used the Quake game engine to tell a story. This is regarded as the first machinima, Diary of a Camper. Storytelling is a tremendous arena for machinima, and what the film you just saw, which is The Time Travelers, which is a sneak peek at Time Travelers 3, is all about storytelling and using this amazing game engine where we can travel 20 years into the future or 1,000 years into the past and recreate that which we want. It's certainly a wealth of second nations that we have here. We have a wonderful engine with which we can use to capture. We have a desire to tell stories, and we have the desire to bridge new fields and new areas. We also, seemingly, as a human race, have a desire to watch video. 89 million people in the United States are going to watch 1.2 billion videos today. And approximately 70% of the global internet audience also watch online. So these kind of numbers obviously says a lot. And what it means to me is that people are embracing a shorter form film which will entertain and inspire. The way we watch video is different from the way we watch TV. We lean forward, and this act is emblematic of how we embrace what we see. As a medium, Machinima has come far in these past 15 years. Life 2.0, which is a documentary about Second Life, will be on the Oprah Winfrey Network this year. And Are You There?, which I filmed from Second Life, was at Cannes. It can capture a lot in a short time, and it can serve as a record of time.
Thank you very much for all the broad introduction to the Machinima. And just to mention to the crowd here, that Pooky Amsterdam, she won the best documentary film in the best virtual conference called Virtual Voice Break Pricing in Education last week. So applause to Pooky.
Thank you.
Now a simple question, simple introduction in Hebrew. מה שאנחנו הולכים לראות עכשיו זה החלק השני, לפוקי מדיה יש שני חלקים, הקטע המסחרי עסקי והקטע החינוכי, או אם קרא לזה הדרכה. מה שאנחנו נראה עכשיו, ואם יכולתם לעקוב, תיעוד של מפגש שקשור בהנצחת זיכרונות של השואה, שנעשה מרחוק. כי הדור הולך ונעלם, אנחנו רוצים לראות איך עושים, ואיזה סרט יוצא מהכלל.
The anti-Semitic culture war flourishes, despite long-term educational outreach efforts from Holocaust survivors around the world. Recently, Second Life's virtual synagogue was defaced with a swastika. Deniers continue to spread their agenda amid the dwindling survivor population. Fanny Starr bravely shares the details of her life with us so we can record, so we can be reminded, and so we can be enlightened and hear firsthand what really happened. Invited here and here today are a woman named that I'd like to introduce, Deborah Horning, who is here as Stacy Silverblade, and her social anthropology class, which is made up of some exemplary young women who are 14, 15, and 16 years old. I'd like to ask Stacy if she has any questions, or if her class has any questions to show what a powerful media platform Second Life is, that Fanny can be speaking and that Stacy can also be inviting her class to this important proceeding.
Hi, Mrs. Starr. This is Debbie.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I got some students here that want to ask you some questions. Is that okay?
By all means.
Hi, you said that you, while in the concentration camp, just didn't care whether you lived or not. I'm wondering how you regained the will to live after the liberation.
I tell you, it was tough, you know. Right after the liberation, I was struggling. I was still sick with typhoid.
That's the ability to use virtual worlds in really remarkable and very meaningful way. To be able to have people who have an important legacy to share. To be able to bring them before an audience. To tell their story, to be asked questions live, to touch people in that moment because of the connection that's being made. This is very, very real.
Okay.
As you have heard. So in conclusion, I just want to say that we are in virtual worlds and we're on the edge of a bright horizon that is deep in possibility. Our abilities are no longer limited to how much we can lift, how much we can earn, or how far we can throw. They are only limited by our imagination. Machinima is an opportunity to use this engine, this virtual world, to capture what we see, feel, and choose for the world to see. Thank you.
יש שאלות מהקהל? שאלה אחת או שתיים שרוצים לשאול את פוקי?
באנגלית?
Sure.
Pooky, I was wondering about, if you can tell us a bit about how much time does it take you to make, let's say, a 1-minute Machinima film?
All right, it depends, of course, what it is that you're shooting. To set up the interview with Fanny Starr, while it was recorded live and then edited afterwards, the majority of that work would take place in pre-production. And making sure that sound was all right, making sure that the location was good, and making sure that the slides were able to be seen. So that as we filmed these things, it happened freely and organically. If you're talking about the video you saw, which was Spring Break, and of course subsequently the beginning of Time Travelers 3, of course, that takes a lot of pre-production, of location, of props, of costumes, of avatar, dressing, of getting of the animations, and then the filming, and the editing, and laying in of the music and all the rest. The Time Traveler 3 episode is taking about, I'd say that it's about 2 to 3 months. It's a much longer, not that clip that you saw. We're also working on a very big fight scene, which will certainly take this engine as far as, as far as it can go. It's like pushing that machine. So that's just, I would say, let's say 8 to 12 weeks. The Spring Break film, which was 30 seconds, or 38 seconds, that took about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks to make.
Wow. Okay, Pooky, thank you very much for coming to our session. I much appreciated you waking up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning in New York. And from all of us here in Xolon Cinemathequ, and on behalf of Cinemathequ Xolon, and Tel Aviv University Research Center, from all of us here. Thank you very much and have a very, very pleasant weekend. Okay. Thank you.